Question. How would you feel if you went through your whole life not knowing your true potential?
I didn't hear you say what?
Not knowing your true potential.
Oh, okay.
How would you feel about going through life not understanding that what was in store for you was much greater than anything you ever gonna experience in life? So when you think about it, you think about how many people is in the cemetery right now, how many brothers and sisters out there that thought they lived a life of that what they supposed to have been living. In all actuality, they was living a life of lies because it was handed down to them in such a way. Anybody here seen the movie Wanted with Angelina Jolie and Morgan Freeman? Remember that movie was about, basically about snipers. They were trying to get this one man, and they couldn't get him because their bloodline wasn't right. So what they did, they went inside of an office and got this guy that was timid, scared of everything, and they showed him his true potential, to where he was shooting flies off the wings of flies. Something men you couldn't see with the natural eye. This is the moral of the story. At any rate, they got this guy, this young, timid, scary, always getting beat up guy, pushed around guy. They got him to where he was back up to his true potential. They gave him a target. And when he finally got the target, because he got the target, when he got the target, you know what the man said? He said, "I'm your son. Your son. You killed your father." Why? For a lack of knowledge. Not knowing who you are. Not knowing your true potential. This is not your true potential right now. Your true potential is not you sitting here listening to me. It's far greater than me. It's far greater than anything I'm going to be able to ever tell you out of my mouth. That's your true potential. That's what they took from us. That's what they've stolen from us. We got to get it back. Y'all know I always start off with Genesis 1:26. Because it always talks about man. We're going to have to do exactly what have been done to us in the past. Brother,
I have a question. They fine. Can I pose a question?
sure.
Or should I wait?
I would wait if I would do that, you know.
Okay.
But anyway, 1:26. And God said, "Let us make man in our image and our likeness. And let them have dominion over the fish, sea, over the fowl of the air, over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." That's what God said you had dominion over. That's what he said you had dominion over, everything. Right now, if I ask everybody in here, what do you have dominion over, and what do you dominion when you go outside the door, what could you tell me, other than your girlfriend? What are you ruling? Are you doing what he told you to do? Are we making a difference? Are we drilling at home? Are we taking care of one another? Are we binding up and bringing back? Or are we pointing the finger? At the end of the day, it's going to be about what you do, not what you say. At the end of the day, it's going to be about what you do, not what you say. See, because oftentimes now, we got a lot of people saying a lot of stuff. They actually ain't doing nothing. Which reminds me of a story, Brother Elton. I got to tell it. Got to tell it. It's about truth and falsehood. You might be heard it before. Truth is on his way to Jerusalem. Getting ready to preach the good news. Getting ready to tell his story. He got shot, got his clean duds on, got his Bible, and he's skipping along. Going to preach the good news. He happy. He going to talk to some people that need to be talked to. On the way, falsehood jump out. Beep, 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 put it on. Take his clothes. Nice, you know, take his Bible. No, you have to leave his clothes, right? Because he took his and put his on. Guess what he did? Went on to Jerusalem. Started preaching the good news. People up, yeah, preach. They going through their thing. Yeah. All of a sudden, truth run up and say, hey, wait a minute. That's falsehood. That ain't true. People looked at him, all dusty and beat up, looking like he was on something. They turned back to truth, falsehood, looked at him, looked good, doing a good message, looked back at truth one more time and said, come on, falsehood, let's go. What's the moral of the story? People would rather have a dressed up lie than the plain truth. That's the moral of the story. We run around here addressing lies and situations. We ain't addressing no truth. We ain't dealing with no truth. We ain't making no difference in the lives of those out there that need it. Me and Bishop was talking just the other day. He said, Jesus never hardly spoke in the synagogue. And see, that hadn't dawned on me yet. He was out there. He was taking the message to the people. The same thing we're going to have to do, man, because they don't want to come in here. Y'all seen the basement last week? You see how many brothers down there, didn't you? Y'all see today? Now, what's the difference from last week to today? The place where we at. This spooks our brothers out right here. This ain't never been a tool for us right here. We always got beat up when we came here. So I'm going to have to work twice as hard to get them same brothers that was in my basement last week in here. Not because of what I done, not because of what the bishop done, but because of all the other countless pastors and preachers, the stories that them filtered down through the communities, the stories that them made us turn our nose and a frown toward the safe house. And this is the safe house. Those stories that have got in our way, and like stumbling blocks, I'm always talking about them, that prevent us from getting to where we should be. Do we really believe that all our women supposed to be out there with no men? Why? Ain't no message for us at the time when we go. I know why we're not there again. But we are not supposed to leave our women out there and our children. We have to get back in there to balance it out. We got to get back in there to show our sisters and our children that we're not going to abandon them regardless of what we've been through, regardless of what we've been taught, regardless of where we at. We have to stop complaining. We got to start doing. Got to start doing. I was in my Bible this morning, not to get too far, course, but in Numbers 16:41, man, let me show y'all something, man, about these scriptures. And I got to step back. I got to, I can't see it because my eyes are bad. I got to focus in. I got to focus in. But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord. And it came to pass, when the congregation was gathered against Moses and Aaron, they looked toward their tablets in the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. Listen to what he said. And Moses and Aaron came before the tablets in the congregation, and the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, now listen to this, right? I got to put these back.